Today I'm going to show you how to repair modern era Lionel passenger cars such as this 2001 Lionel Madison here that I have. These cars can best be identified because they have this tiny micro switch here on the bottom, which is used to turn the lights on and off. And what we find is the electronics of the circuit board for that switch seem to be failing. So I've put the car on the track and I'm going to push it through a switch track here, and what you're going to see that's how the lights go out, and that is because the wiring to one of the two contact rollers, specifically this one here, is defective. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to remove the switch from inside here so we can repair this wiring. And what I have found out is that it's not necessary to take the whole car apart, and I'm going to show you in this video how we do it. Okay, so what we've done is we've placed the Madison car upside down into the repair cradle that I have, and we're going to remove this plastic decorative piece by undoing the two screws that are located on the bottom here. So we're going to take one screw off and then the other, and the piece lifts off on one side and pulls away. There's just a little lip here which holds it down. I'm going to move that over to the side. Now here you'll see here there's a circuit board that Lionel created, and if we pull the circuit board over and we look carefully, you'll see that the trace here has burned and no longer makes a connection, and that is what causes the power to go out on half the car when it travels over the switch or another insulated point. What we're going to have to do is we're going to have to solder a wire that'll connect this point, and the location here on the switch, and that should repair the problem. Okay, now the first step to repair this is to get the soldering iron nice and hot, and what I like to do is put some fresh solder on the soldering iron and kind of tap it and wipe it off. What we want to do is we want to put just a little bubble of solder at the connections where we're going to solder the wire. Now this is a job will require moderate soldering skills, so if you are not familiar with soldering, it's probably not a beginner's project. We'll do that. Yeah. So now I've added just some extra solder. Now the wire I'm going to use, I'm going to kind of cheat, and I'm going to take an old resistor I had lying in my box, and I'm going to use this as my wire, the lead of the resistor as my wire, because resistors and most electronic components, they actually come pre-tinned with a very, very thin coating of solder on them, which helps them stick right away when you try to solder them. So I'm going to use this, and what I'm going to do here, first of all, is I'm going to attach the resistor to this first location here, and I don't need a lot of heat, I just need to touch it. Okay, there we go. It's now soldered, and I took my cutters and I clipped off the extra part of the resistor and just threw it away. Now, as you can see, I've got the three sections shorted together with this one wire, and that should give us the protection on replacing the open wire that broke from the current flow. Okay. So now I will turn the circuit board back over. There are two little pins there, and I will gently push the circuit board back in. And then I will take my plastic piece set it back and reinstall the two screws, and we should be as good as new.